Welcome back to Conversations. I'm Robin Farr, and as promised, Bryan Grauss is with me. Bryan was a successful executive recruiter, still does a little bit of that, but as we know, in this funny little economy, it gives you opportunities to try something new, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is what Bryan's up to. Welcome to Conversations. Great to have you here.
It is great to be here.
Well, you have a great smile on your face. That was the first thing when I received information about you was, here's what he used to do, and here's what he's doing now, and all I got to tell you, what you're doing now seems like a lot more fun. Yeah. Tell us what you're doing then. You've got a line of clothing for men, but it's not just like you walked into Nordstrom and you got to start picking off of the rack. This is something completely different. J. Hilburn, men's clothier. Tell me what this is about.
J. Hilburn is a company that is revolutionizing the way men buy clothes. And for somebody like me who cannot go into a store and pick out not only the size, but the color and fabrics of his choice, based on my body type, my selection is very limited. J. Hilburn is a custom fit luxury brand for men's clothing. We offer the finest fabrics on this planet, cottons, knits, and wools, at boldly lower prices than you're going to pay in retail. So our value is there and our fit is there for our men.
Well, so people, busy guys essentially, successful busy guys,
Yes.
call you up and say, I don't have time, nor do I want to go through that whole thing of trying to buy off the rack and not find anything that fit. They call you, you come running over with your tape measure and everything and your style ideas. Is that how it goes? And you go to their house or their place of business? Is that
exactly? I'll go to their house, I'll go to their work. They'll come to my house, and when they contact me, they're usually frustrated in their ability to find what they want. And so we make it really easy for a successful, busy person to get a perfect fitting garment to the style and taste of their own discretion at a great price.
And if they don't know too much about style, that's where you can say...
We are highly trained professionals, and we can suggest certain things that'll make them step out of their house in style every day.
Right. Well, a lot of the men have known their wives to go to these things called cabbie parties, which is Carol Anderson by invitation. The idea being, come over to my house, let's have some wine and cheese, and our cabbie representative will be there to show us that season's line of beautiful clothing, and it's just fabulous. You're not, that stress of being in the changing room at the department store is gone, and we're just there with a bunch of friends trying different things on and then ordering our clothing. And I always thought men should have this opportunity. It's kind of similar, maybe minus the party part of it, right?
It's very similar, and one of the reasons I got involved with J. Hilburn is my wife is one of the top cabbie consultants in the Bay Area.
So you know what
I know all about it. And that was, I've always looked for a men's clothing company that offered high quality clothes. Number one, it had to be a luxury brand, and it had to be at a price point that was available for everybody out there. And when I discovered J. Hilburn, I thought this is perfect for me, and took the ball and ran with it, and am happy I did it every day.
Well, and I'm looking at the way you're dressed then. So the idea, and then we'll show a few other examples. So you said, I like the fabric and I like the style of this shirt, but then I noticed how the up in the collar and underneath the sleeve, that you've got this own little uniqueness going on. Is that your idea?
Yeah, and the neat thing about J. Hilburn is it's your garment, it's your style. There's no tag on the back of my shirt that says J. Hilburn. It says my initials, BJG. And what this is a standard dress shirt with a contrasting fabric in the cuff and in the collar. So it adds a little bit of flair, a little bit of pizzazz. If I were to wear this to a conservative business meeting, I'd unroll the sleeves and tone it down a little bit. But since I'm on television with you today,
wanted to show all of the detailing, and that it is great. So, and if somebody, so you let's say you go to a guy's house and he's not quite got the gift of putting things together, that's where you will also come in and say, no, let's try a little something different, or how about this? We're not just left to our own devices.
Absolutely not. And I'll lay out samples, and I'll lay out with belts and shoes and different fabrics, show them how great they look together. If they have no social wardrobe, I'll suggest some things that they can wear out on a date night with their wife. Mm-hmm. And my motto is, how you dress at home is your business. How you go out is my business. Step out in style. So that's what
really
I teach
good.
people to do.
How do you ensure, this is a good question that had come up, how do you ensure that the pants and the shirts fit perfectly and that the accessories are appropriate?
Well, there's a guarantee, a 100% guarantee on all the products. If it doesn't fit, if you don't like it, if you don't like the color once it arrives, you just send it back. We'll refund your money, or you can exchange it for another product.
Even though it was kind of tailor-made, that's still cool.
And if the shirt doesn't fit, you're going to get a new one, or you're going to get a refund. So we painstakingly measure 12 different places on the man's body. We measure twice. You know, there's an old saying in construction, measure twice, cut once. Well, we do that with shirts as well. So 99.9% of the time, we're going to give you a perfect shirt. In those rare occasions that something happens, we'll refund your money.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of this, because you've brought some lovely ones today. Now this, I am absolutely loving the feel of this baby blue cashmere sweater, right?
And that
this
is
a
baby
fabulous
cashmere. That'll be new for the fall.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's even seen that yet. So I'm sure many of the partners around the country will be a little bit jealous. But this is a half zip navy cashmere, baby cashmere, which is first yield. That's the first yield of the animal, and it's actually taken from the underbelly so that the best cashmere comes from the underbelly, which protects the vital organs of the animal.
Yeah, so that explains the softness. And this shirt reminds me a little bit of the shirt you're wearing, but it's its own. And just this is something you put together, or this
is something I put together, and you know, maybe a lot of men won't wear a light blue sweater, but I show them that, you know, wearing these colors together with some brown in there can be masculine. And it can show you the.
Well, and keeping it in the blue vein, then we have this fabulous. Okay, so now this is you called this a polo shirt, right?
Yeah,
what
that's the
makes
performance
it different
polo
from other polo shirts that I wouldn't find at a department store.
Most polo shirts in a department store are going to be 100% cotton or 100% polyester. This is unique in that it's 70% cotton, 30% AeroCool. AeroCool is the type of material that's used in, say, an Under Armour polo shirt. It has moisture wicking technology in it, so you get that luster of a high quality mercerized cotton polo with the moisture wicking performance of the Under Armour. Those shirts are comparable to brands like Carnoustie and Bobby Jones, which sell from $125 to $200 in retail stores. And we sell ours for $69.
Wow.
So it's a tremendous value for someone.
Great value.
It's something you can wear.
And I love what you've put together. You know, I mean, there's so many wonderful combinations in here, but I mean, you really do have that sense of color and style that if other guys don't have it, that you're right there to help them out.
We can suggest all sorts of things for them.
Yeah, it's just really great. Tell us a little bit too about the belts. I noticed you have belts with everything. I mean, why not just walk in and grab a belt off the
All our belts are hand-stitched Italian leather belts, and these belts are these are our new ones. They're called our Croco belts, and they mimic a crocodile alligator pattern. And we're selling these belts for about half of what you're going to pay in any department store. And so you're getting just a tremendous product with high value for a great price.
Yeah. Now, could other people get in on this selling as you do? I mean, you cannot outfit the entire Tri-Valley here.
No, and I need help.
You need some help, really. So you're looking for people then who might be interested in switching careers here and trying, or this could be a side thing, couldn't it? Because you still do what you've done.
Yep, this is a great side business. It's a great side income stream, which can turn into a full-time business at some point in time. And I am looking to add partners over the next year. So if somebody's interested out there, if they could call me on the phone, they could email me, they could get a hold of me through the J. Hilburn website, and I'd be happy to talk to them about the business model. It's a lot of fun, and the testimonials from my customers every day make it just that much funner.
Well, and isn't it true? I mean, I know my husband says this, that just, you know, the worst punishment of all is going shopping, right? I mean, don't you know what is worth that? But it's, you know, it really, yeah. But this way, it's really taking all of the sting right out of it. And actually, it sounds like it would be fun. You know, to have your own personal consultant come in and work with you and make sure that the things are going to fit just right and not charge you an arm and a leg to do it.
Well, it's great. You know, typically there's a football game or a sporting event going on in the background, and we have a conversation about our kids, and it's a lot of fun.
Painless, just absolutely painless. So let's say you've got some guys watching this, or the wives are usually the ones watching the show, and then they're going to call the guy. What should be the first, I mean, how do you become a client of yours? I mean, we'll give out website information and phone numbers and stuff like that, but I mean, is it just the desire to look good? What else do we need?
Well, the desire to look good. If you're frustrated at all with the shopping experience of going to a mall and dealing with somebody whose sole interest is to sell you the highest priced thing on the rack, then you need to talk to me. If you can't find sizing and fabrics, you need to talk to me.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for tremendous value, you need to talk to me.
All right. Now, you know, a tall guy like you, you know, I can see that. What about the shorter guys? I mean, guys that really are under the average 5'9", you know, they're 5'7" or something. Is this going to work for them, this line?
Absolutely. And the thing is every piece of clothing you buy in the store is made for the average guy.
Yes,
and none of us are average. We're either above or below that average height and weight. And so this is perfect for everybody. We have different fits available for the triathlete and for the couch potato. So it doesn't matter what your body type is, we can fit you.
Well, and it's kind of a dream. I mean, I think we women are going to be kind of envious of this, because I've always wanted to have my, you know, clothing tailored to me. And that's, you know, we have to kind of make sure we can fit into that size that we've always fit into, and, you know, it's going to look, it only will look as good as we look, but with the tailoring involved, I'm envious.
It can get expensive.
Yeah. Well, but now, what would minimum, if somebody were to call you, what kind of minimum are they going to be spending, do you think? I mean, they've got to be not necessarily changing their whole wardrobe out, but wanting to get some nice pieces. What are they generally going to spend?
Well, the average order is somewhere around $500.
Really?
But people will spend $79, and they'll spend upwards of a couple $1,000s.
So you'll come on over with whatever their budget is and just say, you know, here's what would look best for what you've got to spend.
And what's going to happen, Robin, is once they receive a shirt or a pair of trousers from us and they see the craftsmanship and the material and how it fits, they won't want to go shopping anywhere else.
No, why would they? That's so painful. Let's give out some information. And so if you're a guy or the wife of a guy who feels like, you know, we got to just spruce up the look a little bit, and shopping is absolutely painful, then you've just got to call Bryan Grauss. He's with J. Hilburn Men's Clothier. You've seen some of the beautiful things here and what he's wearing, and it's all tailor-made and not real expensive, so kind of a dream come true. Let's take a look at the website first, www.jhilburn.com. That's JHILBURN.com. And Bryan's number, if you'd like to call him and maybe even get into this line of work yourself, he'd like to talk to you, 925-366-6121. Bryan, great. Thanks for coming on the show and sharing this with us. And now let's just start doing it for women. I really appreciate that. And that'll do it for this edition of Conversations. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. We'll do it again next week. Until then, I'm Robin Farr. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like to order a copy of this show, please visit our website at trivalleytv.org.